Thanks to Ella for her performance today and her contribution to many Friend Days over the years. Can we please get another round of applause for her? Please now welcome Mr. Mills for the Principal's address.
Thank you. I'm coming home, I've done my time. Now I've got to know what is and isn't mine. If you receive my letter telling you I'd soon be free, then you'll know just what to do if you still want me. If you still want me. Sit tight, yellow ribbon around the old oak tree. It's been 3 long years, do you still want me? If I don't see a ribbon around the old tree, I'm gonna stay on the bus, forget about us, put the blame on me. If I don't see that yellow ribbon around the old tree.
This way, right? Awesome. Now that's a song. How many got that on their playlist? Kathy Armstrong. Okay, this is Armstrong. Couple down the back. That was a #1 selling hit in Australia. Per capita, nearly one of the biggest, would you believe it? So I want to put to you this morning just a little test. Thanks, Mr. Lim. So what is that #1 selling charted hit, Tie a Yellow Ribbon, around the old oak tree? The lowering of the voting age from 21 to 18 in Australia, the opening of the Sydney Opera House, and the introduction of the $50 note into our currency. So just have a think. What do you think they've got in common? Give me the answer. They all occurred in 1973. Why am I highlighting 1973, you may ask? Good question. It was, in fact, the year of my high school graduation. In November this year, it will be 50 years since I finished my final exams in November and my secondary education. And by the way, I was voted the best looking dude in Year 12. By my mother. Nobody else. Now, interestingly enough, there were 3 guys in my class group, and they had a co-curricular group called the Leaving Film Society. And one of those guys on the screen, the guy on the right, Ashley Doyle, he actually writes accounting textbooks, so you might have actually read one of Ashley's books or done some examples from one of his works. Anyway, during our final year at school, these 3 gentlemen decided to document various aspects of day-to-day life within our school, as well as the major events and activities. And they used a format back in the day called Super 8 home movie format. Now that film got stored away, got forgotten about, until it was rediscovered, transferred onto a DVD format and presented to those of us in attendance at our 40th class reunion in 2013. Entitled Aquinas College 1973, Truth Conquers, that's the school motto, the film featured a brief clip by one Geoffrey P. Mills, for reasons that I can't really recall. So in the following very brief, but I would say brilliantly acted scene, the college's vice captain, moi, meets with the principal of the time, Brother Leo Hassan. So enjoy. Thanks, Mr. Lim. Now, I never took up acting as a career, and one would ask why. Anyway, during that meeting, I had no idea at all that one day I would become a principal of such a wonderful school like Frayne. I never dreamt that I'd be sitting literally on the other side of the desk, so to speak, and welcoming students to meetings in my office like Brother Hassan did for me all those years ago. So here I am, 50 years later, having the absolute privilege and delight of delivering a farewell address to the class of 2023. The year in which history will record that Maybe Flowers by Miley Cyrus, that's a song, will probably be topping the charts. And the coronation of King Charles III took place following the long reign of his mother, Queen Elizabeth. And it may also be noted that there was an upsurge in the sale of electric cars in Australia, and the use of artificial intelligence, AI, albeit in its infancy, was on the ascent. Fast forward now, Year 12s, to 2073, 50 years from now, when you Year 12s will hopefully gather to mark your 50th anniversary of your graduation, and I wonder what the world will be like in 2073. So to provide some insight into this question, I sought the advice of some really wise people, our Year 4 students on Balmoral Street, about their predictions about life in 2073. And thank you to Mr. Hall. We now have the fruits of their wisdom about to be revealed to us. Thank you, Mr. Lim.
The energy compounder 2.0 is basically a nuclear power plant that produces energy, but it's much more cleaner. It can use anything like unwanted scraps and rubbish to help reduce pollution.
Hologram TVs will be invented, and I think it would be useful because people could see things from a 3D perspective.
Holographic computer. The way it works is there's a computer and a 4D projector. It uses the computer to connect to the projector, and then it goes onto the hologram. It can't get dirty, broken, and it has great internet connection. In 50 years, I think there'll be a hoverboard that can help transportation even better than the present transportation we have. The amazing power pill. Basically, it has the right balance of food, just like a meal, but in a tablet or pill form.
In 50 years, I think we're going to build a drill to the Earth's core so we can have new minerals and build more things. Instant water. It instantly 3D prints clothes of your choice, colour, pattern, material or design that you would like.
Really like that last one. That's got potential if you want to patent it. But what a world awaits you, you know? So while your graduation is really a celebration, in a sense, of your past, it also marks the commencement of the next phases of your life journey, in which you may well encounter energy compounders, sophisticated hologram devices, hoverboards, power pills, earth core mining, and like I said, my personal favourite, instant wardrobes. So your graduation, of course, is not really the end. It's not even the beginning of the end, really, but could be the end of the beginning. So while I encourage you to cherish and look back fondly on your past, look forward with optimism and hope to the future, where endless possibilities literally awaited you. The reality is that none of us really knows or can accurately predict how our life will unfold. As such, my best advice is just allow your life to flow, because it will be an ongoing journey of learning, adapting, and turning struggles into something positive. During our lives, interesting, we refer to ourselves as human beings, which of course we are. However, I believe that we are better described as human becomings, because throughout our lives, we'll be in a constant process of change and becoming. Just like caterpillars in a way, we do not stay the same. But unlike caterpillars, we can make our becoming a deliberate and conscious process towards the person we are called and gifted to be. The longer I live, the more I appreciate the impact of one's attitude on life. A wise preacher once commented that attitude determines one's altitude. In other words, it's our attitude in life and to life which determines how far we will progress, grow, and flourish. The remarkable thing is that we always have a choice regarding the attitude we will embrace at any given moment. Life is about 10% what happens to us and 90% how we choose to respond to it, because we are in charge of our attitude, and attitude is a choice. Year 12s, I really hope from the bottom of my heart and trust that each of you will live faithful and joyful lives, because both elements are interconnected. While feelings of happiness, sadness, strong emotions may come and go, joy is more than just a feeling. Joy is like a spring or an undercurrent that runs through our lives and remains a constant, irrespective of how we are feeling. The ultimate source of joy comes from what I believe or call to or refer to as living loved. Living loved. Loved by those who are closest to us, who know and care deeply for us, despite our imperfections, and by living as one who believes that they are truly embraced in the perfect and unconditional love of our God. We are immensely proud of you and sincerely thank you for the joy and the care that you have brought into our Frame community during your time with us. To me, what has characterised the class of 2023 has been your own upbeat optimism, your happiness, your kindness, and your can-do attitude. You have definitely forged a very positive legacy for others to follow. Thank you to Lucy, to Max, to Zara and Robert. You have certainly led from the front, individually and as a team, and of course in collaboration with those who have led with you. You have generously served Frame in the true spirit of our Frame values. Year 12s, you've almost made it to graduation, which has taken patience, dedication, a lot of hard work and the support of many, many people. I have every confidence that you have fulfilling lives, that you will have fulfilling lives. Meet, love and be loved for who you are by many wonderful people, and make a positive contribution and difference to the world as you journey towards becoming the best version of yourselves. I'm also very aware that this will be my last graduating class, and I will farewell and let you loose, so to speak, on an unsuspecting and, dare I say it, a bit shocked world. But I am at this moment truly the happiest and proudest principal on the planet, because Year 12s, your values are sound, your character is strong, and your achievements vast and impressive. So, as we, that is you and me, prepare to take our leave of Frame, you to finish your adolescence, perhaps me to restart mine, who knows, I trust that you leave with a real sense of purpose, with joy in your hearts, nourished by a strong sense that you are loved by God and by others. And I pray that life will treat you well, so that when you gather together to celebrate the 50th anniversary of your graduation in 2073, having first of all selected your outfit from the instant wardrobe, travelled by hoverboard to the venue, to be greeted by Rob, Lucy, Max and Zara. Don't laugh, it's not nice. That was done with permission, by the way. That you all will look back with a sense of joy, having contributed to making the world a better place, each in your own way. So, farewell, bon voyage, as you continue your journey of becoming the best version of yourselves, who after all are made in the image and likeness of God. And thank you for the beautiful memories that I will treasure forever. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mills, for sharing your inspirational words of wisdom with the class of 2023. Ursula Frame Catholic College